patient.
I'm appearing for Doctors for Patients. It's a trust called Doctors for Patients. So, Your Lordship,
What's your point?
I have 2 points. Number one, in this policy, Your Lordship said 11, clause 11, subclause 5 and 6, we have a serious problem with. One is working hours of women, including women doctors, should not preferably exceed 12 hours at a time. Second, wherever possible, night duty may be avoided for women to the extent possible. Now, this is the policy of the state of West Bengal, and our doctors have a serious problem with this. And Your Lordships in multiple
How can you
cases.
say that women should not work on night
Exactly.
duty?
Precisely.
Women
And-
will have an objection if you keep them from working.
Exactly. And to limit us to a 12-hour shift. In fact, many of the junior residents work for 36 hours flat out. Now, this is directly impinging on gender and being employed at all.
Completely right. You need
That
to
is
stick
one.
with the point.
We'd like,
And
and second
Anuj
point, I have a second point, Your Lordship. I have a second point. Second point pertains to investigation. One is on this policy, Your Lordship is seized of it. I will leave it at
So
that.
women don't want concessions. They want
Yes.
equal opportunity in
In
terms of
Anuj Garg's,
safety.
in Anuj Garg's case,
Why should we prevent a woman doctor from working in the night?
or 12 hours. Why limited to 12 hours, Your Lordship? Because junior doctors work for 36 hours. Now, women will never be
Should be
taken.
for all doctors. 12 hours working time is for all doctors. Don't bifurcate.
Equally, whatever the shift,
Exactly.
women
Lord.
doctors are ready to work in exactly the same conditions
Absolutely.
in
Yes,
terms
yes,
of time.
Exactly.
In Anuj
Well,
Garg,
let's not undermine
Lordship,
them.
in Anuj Garg-
Undermine the lady doctors.
Mr. Sibal, this has to be
There is
correct.
no issue, my lord. We'll notify it. We were just worried because there is no security in place at the moment.
No, but the
I
answer
want to
to
make
it-
sure.
See, this
The
I'm
answer to it.
I want to make sure, my lord, that
Mr.
something
Sibal,
like.
the answer to it is you must ensure security is in place.
I know, my lord, that's
You
the
can't
point.
tell women that you will not be
This
working
is-
after.
this is in addition, it says in addition, this is not, this is only temporary, but if your lordship wants, we'll, no issue.
this itself is
The
offensive,
state
Your Lordship.
says that it cannot
One second,
provide
hold on.
security. The
We are-
center is.
We are ad item, if.
In Anuj Garg's case,
No,
Your Lordship
Anuj
frowned
Garg is-
upon
You're right. We said that, look.
romantic
because
paternalism.
The law, the provision of the Act, Punjab Excise Act was
Absolutely, exactly.
that any establishment which serves liquor
Can't have
will
women.
not have a woman. We
Employee.
stuck it down.
Of course, you should strike it down, my lord, there's
But
no issue.
therefore, two things, Mr. Sibal. I think the state of West Bengal must immediately correct its notification. You cannot say that women will not work more than a 12-hour shift. If men are working more than a 12-hour shift,
They want to
they are entitled
They
to work
want to.
exactly at par with their male counterparts.
We'll issue a notification, but not an issue.
Your duty to provide security. And we can't tell any woman today in our country who's in the workforce that you will not work at night.
including in
Pilots work at night,
Call
doctors work
centers.
at night,
Call center
your armed
employees are-
forces.
The armed forces
women-
work.
Women work.
My second point, Your Lordship. Second point
I-
on investigation itself. Again, it's a suggestion which has come from these doctors for patients. They say that apparently there are many people who possibly have information regarding this incident. And because of fear of retribution, they're not coming out and openly giving this information.
That is our
CBI.
problem also.
Therefore, may I just
Yeah,
finish,
please.
Mr. Mehta?
No, I'm
The question
supporting you.
here is- thank you. The request here is for an anonymous portal because, Your Lordship, the cyber crimes portal today has an anonymous portal for crimes. Also, this court, in the case of videography of child pornography, specifically said you should permit anonymous complaints and a specific portal should be set up. Our request today is to aid this investigation and to hopefully finally get the culprits. We need an anonymous portal which the CBI will set up because many people don't want to disclose their identity even to CBI. And that is a fact today because of the nature of the matter Your Lordship has seen. We support no particular side here, but the point is people are scared. So if they can be enabled to give their complaints anonymously. Third is on Wikipedia, which is not part of my IA, but since Your Lordship said the photo is not there,
Yes.
the photo, Your Lordship, is not there on the Wikipedia website, but after the girl's name is mentioned, there are two footnotes. The first footnote refers to an article which is not an Indian journal, it's outside India, but that article has a photograph. So that footnote is also problematic because I just clicked on it on my phone when this discussion happened, and that takes me to an article.
While editing the order, I'll make sure that we cover that.
It's an external link, reference 1 and
All right,
reference 2.
thank you. Mr. Sibal,
No,
thank
Madam.
you.
But only one, to respond to, Malad, she is right. We are also facing this difficulty. People are afraid to come forward and speak. Malad, we are ready to have an anonymous platform. The only Malad, difficulty in that would be, which is Malad, our difficulty, that there would be several things Malad, sent on that which are completely irrelevant, but we can't help it.
That is item 5 and 6.
But we can assure if
Be just flooded with
That's the problem, my lord.
information which, you know.
That this is the theory, this is the theory going on. This is.
Is functioning, they must be.
But I can assure my learned friend, if anybody comes,
But if
they would be fully anonymized. We will not disclose their identity to anyone.
Protection scheme. there is
Yes, my lord.
But despite that, this court is approved of an anonymous portal, despite all the witness protection schemes.
The
More
CJI's
counterproductive than.
CJI's task force is limited. It's not, it's a relatively a small agency. Now, if you know, if we get all kinds of relevant, irrelevant material on an anonymous portal, one officer will be only monitoring nothing else but only that portal. So you know, look at it.
We understand the
flip side.
problem.
Lord, we can assure if anybody comes, their identity will not be disclosed. It would remain only with the joint director CBI.
You just delete it, that's all.
Despite that, the cybercrimes portal has
It
an.
may be publicized, my
and
lords,
for
by the CJI,
Pornography of.
the witness protection.
Equally counterproductive, though I have no.
Despite all-
All right, you made your point. Now, Mr. Sibal.
No, Manoj, just as far as items 5 and 6 is concerned, we'll issue a notification to delete it. That's all, so that's not an issue.
Apart from this, apart from the above concern, the attention of the court has been drawn to an order dated 19 August 2024 issued by the state government indicating that bracket 1, women doctors shall not be employed at night, and semicolon bracket 2, women doctors shall not be employed on any shift exceeding 12 hours. Full stop. We find justification in the reservations which have been expressed, particularly on behalf of the senior and junior resident doctors, as well as by the organizations, different organizations representing the doctors.
It'll be wrongly
Full
considered.
stop. The basic purpose must be to ensure conditions of safety and security for all doctors, men and women. Full stop. The women doctors do not demand any special concessions, but require the state to create conditions in which their safety at all times during the day and night is observed. Full stop. We are affirmatively of the view that we are in agreement with the submission of the Council for the Doctors that imposing conditions such as the women doctors will not be employed at night would pose a serious impediment in the furtherance of their medical careers. Full stop. As we have already noted above, the women doctors expect to be provided for similar conditions of work and safety as should extend across the board to male as well as female doctors. Full stop. Moreover, it would be inappropriate, as the women doctors have submitted before this court, if women are given special concessions in regard to the hours of duty. Full stop. The hours of duty should be reasonable for all doctors across the spectrum, and it would be inappropriate to target women by subjecting them to conditions which do not apply to their male counterparts. Full stop. We therefore have been assured, the state of West Bengal has assured the court that any such conditions which cast a cloud on the basic constitutional premise of gender equality shall not be enforced
Well, there's
thereafter.
only one request, is what is
My
said.
lords,
is-
my lords,
one
just
thing, hold on.
small things
Working
in
hours
this
of women,
regard.
including women, should not preferably exceed 12 hours at a time. There's no mandate that they should not be employed. We'll reword it, we'll take it out, that's not. Well, what is said is that preferably, should not preferably exceed, otherwise it'll be misconstrued, Malat. We are going to delete it, but there's no mandate that they should not be employed, Malat. That's not what that it says. Therefore,
But all that they are saying is that, look, don't.
correct, we'll delete it, Malat, but what happens is if this order goes, Malat, what all
We
kinds
have
of.
put it in that perspective of,
Yeah.
you know, they are insisting on, look,
Yeah,
we are entitled. to
Correct, but
gender-
don't say it is a mandate that they shall not be employed, Malat. This is not the mandate.
All right, we'll
just that.
We'll edit the order.
Yes. Now, Malat, one last thing that I want to, Malat. Your lordships had asked us
My lords, on
to-
this point,
on Malat, that challan 3571, 5371.
before we come to that, on the.
One
this
something
part-
very important, just wait for a moment.
Malat, your lordship asked us, we have to answer that, Malat. Now,
We have-
we filed, Malat, a status report. Huh?
The
That-
affidavit-
Well, on the strike of doctors, I wish, Malat, I'm sure that we'll be able to come to
You
come.
held a meeting with the doctors yesterday.
Yes, yes.
And Ms.
But they have not agreed.
said that there's a settlement.
But they have said, we will come back to you whether you want to go back to work or not.
Second, my lord, I'm here to address you on that question if he has the patience to listen. My lord, in my respect, sorry. I'm sorry, my lord, I'm sorry. I
That's
just got a
all
bit carried away. My apologies to Mr. Sibal. My lord, I'm referring to the previous order of this court, para 16 and para 17. This court expressed an expectation that the doctors will go back to work by 5th of September of 5th of September 2024. Now, my lord, in the order recorded by this court, your lordships have already recorded that some of the preconditions for safety at work have not been provided till today. Nevertheless, my lord, in the spirit of, what should I say, honoring the order of this court, my lord, we did agree to a meeting. 40 of them met the chief minister yesterday. I would like this settlement to come on the record. It's in the nature of a settlement.
You got it here.
Signed, no, not to my knowledge, my lord, it's not there, but if it's there, it's the same one. Just check if it's the same one, my lord.
Minutes of the meeting, right?
Just
Same
check.
thing, it's the same thing.
Very well. Now, my lord, I would like to read this out one by one.
So we've already read it.
All right.
It's the same document,
Very
right?
well,
Which
Milord.
is signed by all the doctors. Yeah.
There are issues in this document that I'd like to bring on the record. I'd like to address. Because I would like to say, and I've filed this intervention. I'm sorry, I've not had time to file it in court. If you could just see the press, that's all. Just have a look at the press.
Can we have a copy?
Yes. Where's my copy? I don't.
We'll,
You made a mistake by raising.
A copy to the AOR for the state of West Bengal as well.
F is also.
Please, for.
Well,
Yes,
have you seen the
you just didn't give it to it, just now.
the F?
F,
G, F is direct the formation of a monitoring committee consisting of personnel from administration, academics, junior doctors, nurses, and other healthcare staff in each hospital to monitor safety issues. This is a very valid point. G,
yeah.
direct the formation of a confidential grievance redressal system in every hospital.
Well, that's
Then
already
A-
been in the minutes.
Right.
It's in the
So one
minutes.
second, but let's tread the path of least resistance. We can ensure that people are on board. H, the formation of internal complaint committees in accordance with the Sexual Harassment Act of 2013, again, very important. I, setting up of a counseling center to be formed in every hospital and college with qualified professionals in the psychiatric and psychology departments, which will address the stress faced by students. Very valid. It's a genuine concern. I think this is something which every hospital should have. Then, installation of CCTV cameras, Ms. Jaising, we have already covered in our order.
Not, I don't wish to say anything more about that.
Restrooms also we have covered.
Let me just make my point of view a little clear so that there is a confidence building between the doctors and the state. I'm here before you, that's my concern. I want this confidence to be built. I want the doctors to go back to work. I want to state it very clearly. So, my lord, your lordships have already issued the order relating to CCTV. We are satisfied with that. They've already informed us about the restrooms and the toilets. We are satisfied with that. We do understand it'll take time to.
Just one second. ना. केतन मैंने जो order dictate किया ना,
strategy execution must go on. Secondly, it is.
So it will go on record as
But we must keep substantive equality.
state of West
And
Bengal.
wherever women need particular different protection. My lords, just a few things, my lords.
Then what,
Yes, yes, my lord. Now,
Mr. Sibal, what we will do is that these four areas, two CCTV and restrooms we have already covered.
Yes.
F to I, this is something which we will ask the government to consider
Well, it's
and
already there. Existing committees are already there.
we'll just see if,
my
what
lord,
if it
this
is not there.
incident would not have happened.
Yeah, yeah,
if
we
these
put it. It's there.
Conditions had been put in place. Let's be clear. Let them not be in denial. That's our only demand. We have no other demand, my lord. Don't be in denial.
We're not denying it. We're,
On behalf of the West Bengal Junior Doctors Front, an application has been filed seeking specific directions. Good stop. Two of the principal reliefs, which are the affidavit, inter alia, the affidavit contains the following prayers. We say, I the copy कर लो. Prayer B, which has been set out above, is specifically covered, is specifically the subject matter of the investigation which is being carried out by the CBI, and hence, a full stop. As regards prayer C, the court has been apprised of the fact that a meeting took place on 16th September 2024 between the
no, Madam, live streamed is not there, Madam. They've asked for live streaming, Madam.
We're satisfied with the meeting. We don't want live streaming. We're
Just-
satisfied with what has
I
taken
did
place.
say- I agree.
as
I'm
regards
just saying.
prayer B.
No, I mean, no, this is not
As
fair.
prayer-
Again, he's trying to demonize the doctors.
No.
Nothing else.
As-
We went without the
All right.
precondition
As
of live
regards
streaming.
prayer B, as regards prayer B,
Yes, madam.
a meeting took place on 16th September 2024 between the Chief Minister and about 40 representatives of the West Bengal Junior Doctors Front. Full stop. A copy of the minutes of the meeting has been placed on the record. Full stop. Ms. Jaising, however, states that though prayer B contains a specific request for live streaming of the meeting, that was not insisted upon, and broad terms of settlement. We'll say broad terms of settlement have been arrived at
Yes,
in the
my lord,
course of
these
the
are
meeting.
broad terms of settlement.
Correct.
They wanted 40
Where
of
the-
us went.
Prayers D and E relating to CCTV cameras and restrooms and toilets has already been dealt with in the earlier part of this order. We find merit in the request which has been made by the Junior Doctors Front in terms of prayers F to I, and direct that the state government should consider the request and take ameliorative steps,
If not already done,
if not
Madam.
already taken.
What
Stop.
if not? Can you
Prayer-
make a statement that you've got such
Prayer F,
harassment
1 second,
committees
Ms. Jaising.
in your hospitals? Can you make that
Prayer F.
statement, Mr. Sibal? Put your hand on your
Yes,
heart and make
yes.
that statement.
These,
Don't
We
be
can.
denial.
It's in the status report.
the
They're
prayer,
not there, my lord.
more
I'm making a
specifically,
statement, they're
the
not there.
steps which need to be taken by the state government include, are for, bracket 1, the formation of a broad-based monitoring committee in each hospital, consisting of the administration, academics, doctors, nurses, and other healthcare staff to deal with safety issues, bracket 2, semicolon, bracket 2, the formulation of a confidential grievance redressal system in every hospital for the redressal of grievances of students, doctors, and other staff. 3, the formation of internal complaints committees in accordance with the Sexual Harassment of Women at Workplace into brackets Prevention, Prohibition and Redressal bracket Act 2013 and bracket 4, the setting up of counseling centers in every hospital with qualified professionals, particularly from the psychiatric and psychology departments, to deal with the issues of stress which are faced by doctors in the course of their duties. Would stop. Each of these aspects would merit serious consideration and would impress upon the state of West Bengal the need to take remedial action.
If not done, Madam,
if
because
not
we've done.
already done.
Yes.
Within a period of 3 days from the
Correct.
date of this order.
Correct, my lord. Now, my lord, I just want
My
to,
lords, with regard
the
to
last
additional-
issue. May I now, my lord, finish with that?
Yes.
My lords, if I may, very
My lords,
briefly,
now-
it's very important. my lords.
Now we gave you adequate time. You can't keep on coming back.
My lord,
on the-
Notification
now-
has not been set aside.
My lord, only one request.
They recorded their statement that they are not going to insist upon that.
I'm grateful, my lords.
That-
My lords,
Yes.
Now,
My
one
lord,
last thing, my
let
lord,
me
now
finish
that we have
off.
agreed to all this, the cease work must stop, my lord. They must go back to work.
If the name of the
Now,
notification.
Ms. Jessing,
Yes.
Learned,
We have a
Jessing, Learned Senior Counsel appearing on behalf of the Juniors Doctors Front, has stated that with the above confidence building measures, which are to be followed by the state of West Bengal, the junior doctors would have no difficulty in resuming work. Full stop. It has been stated that the only concern of the junior doctors was that necessary facilities for ensuring their safety at the workplace should be duly installed. We accept the assurance which has been tendered by the.
Deeply obliged, we are deeply obliged. And now, the last thing is that the challan, my lord, your lordship.
Finish,
Please,
please.
please.
Can we maintain that order, one person addressing the court at a time?
Yes,
Yes, now, my lord, your lordships have just dictated, if I heard correctly, that we have no difficulty resuming work.
no, we have said that you said that in principle, the doctors would like to come back, but they wanted confidence building measure.
Yes,
And that with these steps which we have now virtually taken from your application and the other steps that you are now willing to,
there's just one caveat to that, my lord, one addition, if you can just record it. My lord, we are accountable to our general body. We plan to hold our general body today or tomorrow. So there may be a gap of time. I want that on record. I don't want to be told I'm in contempt of court.
Ms. Jessing has informed the court that in view of the minutes which were recorded before the Chief Minister at the meeting held on 16 September 2024, and the directions which have been issued in this order, the junior doctors would approach the general body so that a broad consensus evolves to facilitate the return of the doctors to work.
Yes, one more thing, my lord, one more thing. Your lordship will just come to prayer B, prayer B. Now, my lord, this is a very, very serious issue, and we know it requires to be addressed. Direct the state government to establish and fix administrative responsibility. My lord, just hear me out. We are not getting into the domain of the CBI. My lord, we do not wish to get into the domain of the CBI.
Earlier direction. Huh?
My lord, it is not my case that I want to interfere with the domain of the CBI. The words have been chosen carefully. We have used the expression fix administrative responsibility.
Jessing,
We-
when you,
for-
Ms. Jessing, 1 second. Those responsible for the cover up of the incident.
So the incident, my lord, I made a statement earlier
What
that
is the
it is still
nature-
there. My lord, hear me for a minute. What
We
is
are
it that
still,
is?
we are still being apprised by CBI
Yes, yes.
of the nature of the cover up which took place.
No.
1 second. Until CBI gives us a better,
Yes.
a better updated status report, then we will issue
Yeah,
directions
no,
to
I
them.
bow to that. I bow to that, my lord. I'm not talking about the domain of the CBI. Just hear me for one.
No, we are not saying, 1 second. Once CBI points out what has emerged during the course of the investigation, we will have some material to issue directions to the state government to take action.
Yes, my lord.
But we must have some material before.
Agree, this is going to be a continuing mandamus. I agree. I know that your lordships are not ignoring this issue, but give me 1 second. My lord, your lordship needs to be told that one of the reasons they've not gone back to work is because it is their belief, rightly or wrongly, that those responsible for this disaster are still there. And these people on return will be victimized, my lord. We want some kind of assurance from this court that they will not be victimized on returning to work because they are still there. They are working in RG Core Hospital today. Today, my lord. They are working there.
The
And
Chief
therefore-
Minister has already made the statement
These are my instructions
publicly.
as well, my lord.
In the meeting yesterday, it is recorded.
That is why I chose my words carefully, not CBI administrative action. My lord, for example, the principal has been suspended under the civil service rules.
It is not possible.
What's to apply? And one last thing I want to apprise you of. My lord, there are statutes involved in the functioning of these institutions. One is the University Act, the other is the Medical Council Act, and the third is, of course, the Department of Science. All three have to take responsibility for what's been going on in the hospitals. Three statutory bodies have to be held responsible, my lord, for what has gone on over here. All the statutes have a provision in them for monitoring, each one of them, monitoring the functioning of every hospital. The state has a responsibility to monitor. The university has a responsibility to monitor. The medical council has a responsibility to monitor. And my prayer concerns those three statutory bodies. I'm not interfering with the work of the CBI at all. And they are still there. They are still roaming around in the premises. My lord, you give us any guarantee, we are willing to take it and go back to work. Anything the court thinks is proper. I'm not putting any preconditions, my lord. Protect us. That's all. There's a fierce psychosis right now.
This is correct, Manoj.
And we want to go back to work. I want to make that clear.
If the chief minister has given insurance, Malaj, then what more do they want?
What's the nature of the assurance? You tell us what is the nature of
The
the
nature of the no action will be taken against them. No punitive action will be, what more can be said? Malaj? Join work,
Point.
Question of
join work, Malaj.
Making a separate point.
what punitive action will be taken against those who did this to us?
That's a matter of.
What will we
that's-
do to them?
Yeah, come on.
We are seized the matter.
Yes.
Yes.
Once we have material, that is exactly the area which the CBI is monitoring. Namely, what was the other instances of corruption
Yes.
in these hospitals?
My lord, it's not
Just
just
one
a question of corruption.
Just please understand what we are, don't allow us to complete what we are saying. One, what is the nature of financial irregularities at Ajikor itself? Two, was there any acts of commission and omission in the performance of duties by these doctors, by the principal? Third, was there any attempt to cover up what happened or to hush up the crime? So a variety of issues is being
And
explored.
what is there a
We are-
nexus between them and the West Bengal Medical Council? Is there a nexus
are-
between them and the department? Is
We
there
are-
a nexus between them and the university?
One second. We are seized of the matter. We are not leaving your prayer be. Mr. Sibal, we'll record Mr. Sibal's statement that the Chief Minister of West Bengal has assured the doctors, and which he reiterates before us, that no punitive or adverse action shall be taken against the doctors who are returning back to work in pursuance of your statement. before.
Very well, my lord. we are
But they
giving
must
some
return
right
to
that.
work, Malaj, is not as it.
Let it be recorded, my lord. Let it be
But they
recorded.
must return to work.
Responding,
Confidence building
Uh,
enable us to persuade them to go back to work.
Learned Senior Counsel has earnestly requested the court to record an assurance that no punitive action, that no punitive or adverse action shall be taken against the doctors who return to work, particularly having regard to the fact that the concerns of the doctors were over the lack of safety and security. And as a matter of fact, there is an ongoing investigation to determine as to whether there were any financial irregularities in regard to the work at the public hospital. Full stop. Mr. Kapil Sibal, and Senior Counsel appearing on behalf of the state of West Bengal, states that an assurance was held out by the Chief Minister to the junior doctors, Joby, front head, which is now reiterated before this court, that no adverse or punitive action shall be taken against the doctors who return to work
For the cease work, Malaj, obviously.
for the period during which they were
But with
absent.
the caveat, my lord, it will enable them to say, we are failing you. You don't have enough marks. Your lordship will confine it only to adverse action.
Now, we have said adverse action
Yes.
occasioned by their abstention from work.
That's all, that's all.
By the extension
No
of
adverse
work, my lord, this is a
My
regular
lords, if I
feature
may
of the-
clarify what Ms. Jaising is saying.
Malaj, may I now?
My lords, if I may briefly clarify what Ms. Jaising is saying.
We have also said that they are going to constitute a confidential grievance redressal mechanism. We have
They must also, Malaj,
That
she said that we'll have a general body meeting. They've already said so.
You come back
This
to
has
us
been recorded.
with even one such concrete case and we will take.
Malaj, Malaj, may I give, Malaj, I think,
May I mention an IA?
Malaj, may I have a chance, Malaj?
Yes.
Malaj, they have said that there will be a general body meeting, Malaj, and then they will join work, Malaj. So as to when that will happen, Malaj, we must know, because
I'm sorry, my lord, I can't give a date.
Your lordships, may I
Um,
mention?
it means what?
Our order,
Yes,
the last order, we are not modifying our last order,
okay, okay.
right? We have passed an order last time. We are not modifying that order.
Very well.
We have created conditions for them to come back to work.
Yes, yes,
We have recorded their assurance
yeah.
that now that you have said that there will be no vindictive or adverse action, they will take a decision to come back to work.
Yes.
Let them now do whatever they have to do to implement that assurance and come back to work.
Yes, so this must not be open-ended, it should not be.
May-
Well, 1 second, last thing,
Your Lordships, may I mention an IA?
somebody.
All right, 1 second.
Well,
Who are you? Who are you appearing for?
Lord, stakeholders are heard.
1 second. Sir, 1 second. Sir, 1 second. 1 second. This is not a political forum, all right? All right? Please, 2 things. You're a member of the bar. We don't require your affirmation to what we say. Please listen to us. You're a member of the bar. What you say has to abide by the rules of legal discipline. We are not here about what you feel about a particular political functionary or the other. That's not our concern. We are dealing with specific grievances of the doctors, and that will be. If you ask me to direct that the Chief Minister should resign, that's not part of our remit. as a
Lord, the
constitutional body.
stakeholders are heard. This is not a public
It's not-
platform. He is not concerned.
Look, I'm sorry. You please listen to me. Listen to me.
What happened?
Otherwise, I'll have you removed from the court. 1 second. Listen to me first. All right, we'll take it up after.
Come back. Your Lordships,
Well, I'll take only 1 minute, Mullah. I'll take only 1 minute. But there's only, the form 5371 has not been used since 1997. This is a challan. 1 second, hold on.
Video that
One
is
second.
there.
Really unfortunate.
Allow me,
This is
allow
the
me to
admission.
finish. It was not shown to the High Court. That's a wrong statement. I put it all in the affidavit. Your Lordship may read the
You
affidavit.
know, his
All right, you have handed over a pen drive to the Solicitor General.
No,
of
that
what
is
was
different.
Produced before the High Court.
Yes,
Solicitor has that.
yes.
Mr. Sibal says that the form was not used since 1990.
7,
incorrect statement.
1997. If that is so, CBI will verify whether.
yes.
We'll verify, but if it
We
is-
use what is called a requisition.
There.
We use a
Backed
requisition.
up by the Chief Justice. How can you say? So?
Mullah, let me just state, we use a,
As a state, you cannot say that there is a statutory form which we do.
no, we use a requisition
Part of the calculation.
consistent with the Government of India's standard operating procedures.
It's a
Yes, since
statutory
1990.
It's a statutory
We don't buy that explanation. Once there is a statutory form, the statutory form.
Mundas, all the information is already there in the requisition. Everything in the form is there in the
Question is along with the form.
requisition is already there.
We are not commenting on that.
But Manoj, let them in.
Right over here.
Lord,
Let
if
them
that
not
form
comment,
is
that's fine.
replaced, we do not
We
know,
will
my lord.
start with the regular board at 2 o'clock.
Very
Telangana domicile matters, item 37.
We'll take it up. Don't worry, we'll go in rapid fire.
Very well.
grateful, my lord.
Obliged.